Let's talk about the difference between being charged and being convicted in Canada. Being charged basically means that the government has formally accused a person of a crime. So it's a formal accusation made by the government. Being convicted, on the other hand, means that the person has either pled guilty or they have been found guilty by trial. A person convicted of a crime is by law guilty. So whenever you're working on your immigration application, most of the applications at the bottom of the application form will ask you that have you ever been convicted or charged in Canada or any other country. So it's important to make sure that you are mentioning the charges as well as convictions. Even if you were just charged and the charge was withdrawn, you're still supposed to mention it. So pay careful attention to the bottom questions that are usually asked at the immigration application forms, and these are the reason why most people get PFL issued. So in 2017, Patel versus Canada, 27-year-old man, Mr. Patel was charged in Canada for impaired driving, and in his immigration application, he wasn't convicted, the charges were withdrawn. But in his immigration application, the exact same question that I mentioned before, have you ever been convicted, arrested, or been charged with a crime inside or outside Canada? And Mr. Patel did not mention that he has ever been charged or convicted because he probably thought that they're just asking for conviction, or if the charge is withdrawn, they don't really matter. However, the visa officer refused his application and said that there is a case for misrepresentation. Mr. Patel did argue that the misrepresentation was non-material because he didn't commit any crime, or there was no conviction of a crime. But the federal court disagreed. So federal court basically stated that withdrawn charges cannot be used against the applicant if it's based on inadmissibility. However, it can be used if it's based on misrepresentation. So it is very important, even if you have been arrested, charged, or convicted, you have to mention it on your immigration application. And most of the application forms will ask you that at the bottom of the application form. So it's very, very important that you tell them, even if you have been just charged.